This tree drinks salt water and makes it rain. 1.5 billion hectares need this. 1.5 billion hectares of land are too salty to grow trees. That's an area larger than the United States and Canada combined. Most planting projects fail in year one because when salt takes over soil, it doesn't just kill plants, it stops the rain. But I just discovered a tree that drinks salt water, grows 15 feet in 1 year, and literally makes rain come back to dead land. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how this tree is restoring the world's most degraded landscapes and why it could be the key to reversing desertification on a global scale. Part 1. The hidden crisis nobody talks about. Here's what most people don't understand about salt-affected land. The scale of the problem. 1.5 billion hectares currently too salty for agriculture. Spreading at 1.5 million hectares per year, $23 trillion in lost ecosystem services annually. But here's the part that will shock you. When soil becomes salty, it breaks what scientists call the biotic pump. How the biotic pump works. Trees pull water from the ground. They release it into the air through their leaves. That moisture becomes clouds. Clouds become rain. No trees equals no rain. The death spiral. When you destroy forests, you break the pump. When salt degrades the soil, you can't rebuild the pump. The land gets drier every single year. This isn't theory. It's happening right now across the Sahel in Africa, the Indo-Gangetic Plain in Asia, and the Murray-Darling Basin in Australia. Part 2. The tree that changes everything. Enter paulownia, the tree that thrives where others die. What makes it different? Salt tolerance. Grows in soils up to 6,000, 8,000 ppm salinity. Deep roots. Penetrates 5+ meters, breaking through hardpan. Massive leaves. 12+ inches wide, creating high transpiration. Compassing ability. Cut it down, regrows in 90 days. Speed. 15 to 20 feet of growth in first year. The science behind the magic. Research shows paulownia uses an amino acid called proline to protect itself from salt stress. With proper cultivation, it achieves 100% survival in saline conditions that kill other trees. The mycorrhizal factor. When inoculated with beneficial fungi, paulownia's salt tolerance increases dramatically, surviving in conditions up to 7,000 ppm salinity while establishing root systems and producing biomass. Part 3. Real-world results. This isn't just laboratory science, it's working in the field. Global success stories. Egypt. Growing in desert conditions since 2005. Kenya. Foundations planted 1.5 million trees, created measurable microclimate change. Pakistan. Plantations lowering water tables and removing salt from soil. China. Millions planted in Gobi Desert, reducing dust storms. The restoration process. Year 1. Paulownia establishes, roots break compacted soil. Years 2-3. Canopy closure begins transpiration cycle. Years 3-5. Soil structure improves, water infiltration increases. Years 5+. Groundwater recharge, rainfall patterns begin to restore. The economic engine. Carbon credits, $100 to $200 per ton. Biochar production, 2.83 credits per ton of biomass. Timber value, premium lightweight wood. Self-financing restoration through multiple revenue streams. Part 4. The bigger picture. This could transform how we think about climate restoration. The opportunity. 1.5 billion hectares of dead land could be productive again. Restore continental rainfall patterns. Create carbon sinks while generating revenue. Turn the world's most degraded land into climate solutions. Why traditional approaches fail. Native species take 20 to 50 years to create microclimate effects. Survival rates often below 30% in degraded conditions. No economic returns to fund scaling. Too slow for climate urgency. The paulownia advantage begins biotic pump restoration in first growing season. High survival rates in challenging conditions. Multiple revenue streams fund expansion. Compassing creates permanent infrastructure. Regional applications: Africa, Great Green Wall acceleration. Middle East, desert reclamation projects. Australia, dryland salinity solutions. Central Asia, Aral Sea Basin restoration. Part 5, the path forward. The science is proven, the applications are working. The question is scale. What's needed? Proper cultivar selection for local conditions. Mycorrhizal inoculation protocols. Integrated water harvesting systems. Carbon credit infrastructure to fund deployment. The timeline. Immediate. Soil structure improvement begins. 2 to 3 years. Microclimate effects measurable. 5 to 10 years. Regional rainfall pattern restoration. 20+ years. Continental scale biotic pump restoration. The economic reality. This isn't charity, it's profitable restoration. Carbon credits, timber sales, and biochar production create self-financing systems that scale without subsidies. Your call to action: 1.5 billion hectares of salt-affected land isn't a problem. It's the world's largest restoration opportunity. The tree that drinks salt water and makes it rain isn't science fiction. It's growing in 60+ countries right now, restoring landscapes that were written off as dead. At Bioeconomy Solutions, we're not just talking about this tree, we're growing it, certifying it, and deploying it with the blockchain-verified carbon credit infrastructure that makes large-scale restoration economically viable. If you want to explore how paulownia-based restoration could work for your land, your portfolio, or your sustainability strategy, visit bioeconomysolutions.com to book a private briefing. The biotic pump is broken across vast stretches of our planet, but the solution isn't a machine or a chemical, it's a tree. What's the biggest barrier you see to scaling this solution? Drop your thoughts below. Curious how this works in practice? Drop Guardian in the comments or DM me for a case study on paulownia's impact. We're happy to organize a time to speak with you about this solution. Book a private consultation call time to speak directly at bioeconomysolutions.com/book call.